Hey guys, sorry about that. I was still trying to figure out this whole cat tree thing. This is what happens when I try to do something nice and take something off of Mr. Mo's plate to try to do my best putting together thing. I uh, I will go ahead and fully admit that putting things together is not actually my very best cup of well, it is not even halfway my best idea ever. I generally have no idea what I'm doing, even with all the pictures, diagrams, and here you go, stupid. But we have Sarah Boone in her most beautiful prison blues. And I believe this is the hello, Cindy. Jay, this is, I believe, where her defense attorney runs for his life. So this was live just a little bit ago, and I am actually welcoming it's sad when you're welcoming a Sarah Boone stream so that you can take a break from trying to figure out how to put together a doggone cat tree. The cat tree won, guys. It did. It really did. But let's see. Let me see. Oh, there are no closed captions. So, I am sorry, guys, but let's see. I did kind of go through the filler. They were just kind of wandering around. So we will start about right here as they start talking. And playing with their microphones.
Check. Eric, can you confirm that you hear me?
Hello, Thorbert. Yes. Perfect. And just as a reminder from your friendly Thorbert, he is in fact the animal
For those
sidekick.
of you appearing virtually, my apologies. We've been troubleshooting a system problem this morning. It appears that we have now resolved that. Let's go ahead and call up the Boone case.
State of Florida versus Sarah Boone, 2020, CF 2603, state.
Dave Cacciatore on behalf of the state.
Frank Bankovitz.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you shall give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Can I have JAC announce themselves as well?
Hi, Mimsy.
Yes, Audrey Moore for JAC.
All right. So we have multiple matters scheduled this
Moore has been
morning,
silently judging
one
me.
of which
had to
is
take
Mr.
part and
Bankwitz's
reassemble
motion
certain
to
pieces of
withdraw.
this,
My reading of the law is I feel like I have to address that motion first and rule on that before I can address any other motions that would be heard today. So, Mr.
And I
Bankwitz,
don't know
let's
what
start
they
with you.
filmed
Tell me
this
why
with,
you're moving to withdraw.
Casio from
Judge,
1984.
the letters that have been coming to your honor, the derogatory berating of my services in this case, I can't effectively represent her. She doesn't trust me. She calls me a dud, I think, a buffoon, on and on and on and on. And no one.
But our sweet sunshine Sarah would never call anyone a buffoon. What? Wait. Oh, these new letters must be just dynamite. Sir, I wish you Godspeed and run fast and run far and send Sage the hell out of your office after dealing with this woman.
One should have to endure that type of derogatory
It's okay,
comments
me
and
too.
expect to effectively represent someone, especially in a murder case.
Ms. Boone, I read your letter dated August 26, 2023, and your letter dated August 30th, 2023.
There were choices
Just
made
so
with
we're
this
clear, I
hair.
read all of the letters that you send to the court. Whether I respond or not is based on what.
Also, I am still waiting for my racket money, so then I could pay someone to read these instructions and put together this cat tree. Also, Thor would like much more treats. So, still, waiting for that racketeering money that I was supposed to get from this whole, covering Sarah Boone. Yeah, seriously. For F's sake, Sarah, this is like your ninth. Also, why are you wearing the hairstyle of men who have a giant bald spot.
What's in the letter and whether I'm asked to actually do something that's within my purview as a judge or not. If I understand correctly, you have now decided that you think it would be best, in fact, if Mr. Bankwitz was allowed to withdraw. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. And you understand by him withdrawing, I'll have to appoint another attorney. Do you understand that?
Do.
And that attorney's not standing here, so we're not going to be able to address, and I'll give the state a chance to talk to me as well. But assuming I grant this, we won't be able to address the other issues that were docketed for today, which means I'm going to have to reset your case for a later date. Do you understand that?
I'm not sure what items it is you're speaking of. I haven't received a copy yet of the letter.
So we're having a hearing today in regards to authorization for payment for an expert that your attorney believes he needs to defend you. And
Dear Lord, I'm having Bradley yawn. For which, to whom are you speaking of? For why am I here? Also, if true, if Shakespeare was not a real person, why for out thou did I have to learn iambic pentameter? Because I could have done much better on my own reading something else.
an issue about the compensation of that expert, which is why
Oh, Lord
JAC
Jesus.
is participating today. I don't know if your next lawyer is going to think that that expert's the right person to use, or whether they're going to go a different route after consulting with you. And even if they did, they're not standing here. And once Mr. Bankwitz is out, he's out. He can't argue the motion. So do you understand that?
I fully understand.
All right. Mr. Cacciatore, normally the state takes no position in these issues, but there are limited circumstances when the state doesn't take a position. So are you taking a position on this motion withdrawal, Mr. Cacciatore?
No, this would be one of those times where we would be not taking a position.
All right. So I'm going to grant Mr. Bankwitz's motion to withdraw. I'm going to appoint.
Sir, usually I don't offer advice, and this is more of a friendly suggestion, but change your name, change your ID, run the fuck away from the state, never show your face again, and sage the hell out of just. I'm not saying maybe just retire now, but retire now. And welcome, Christine. Welcome, Chris. Welcome, Eris. Welcome, Mimsy. I know this was kind of a spur of the moment stream. I wanted to dedicate an hour to getting the cat tree done, and had so Christine, the Gareth Pursehouse case should be back on Monday, hopefully, as long as no one else has gotten sick. So we will be continuing that case. I will be trying. So everything right now is sort of just trying different things, like with my hair. Oh, for the love of Cheetos. This is why you always have bobby pins around. My husband's like, why are there always bobby pins everywhere? I'm like, well, you have girls and me. But right now, so I might be trying next week. I might be trying evenings with Mo. I might do a 7 p.m. evening show just because we do have trial that will start. Or actually, I'll do a morning with Mo on Monday since, with the Gareth Pursehouse case, they will be doing a day behind because the judge does not like to do or will not allow live streaming, but he does allow them to film and then show the next day. So I will do mornings with Mo on Monday, but then I might try to do a 7 p.m. Live show, or I might try to do a recorded show in the morning and then a live show in the evening. I don't know. You guys have really seemed to like the mornings with Mo. It just will get dicey once we have kind of cases going in between. So I am not sure. Any hoozle. Sir, yeah, change your number. And look, if you get any packages, just don't open them, sir, unless your wife knows distinctly it's from Amazon.
Find my list. Attorney Winston Hobson to represent Ms. Boone. In regards to the other matters scheduled today, I'm going to take no action on them at this time until Mr. Hobson can, well, in regards to the motion involving JAC, I'm simply going to take no action on that motion at this point in time until Mr. Hobson has a chance to review it and determine whether he wants to proceed with that motion. I will address the pretrial.
We will
Because today
see.
was
I may
also
be able to
supposed
do
to be
both. There is a
pretrial.
lot of crazy news. If you guys haven't
Here's
noticed,
what we'll
apparently
do.
the world has gone insane. So
Let me
there
just
is
get
no
my
shortage
calendar
of
up.
news.
As far as pretrial conference, I'm going to set this case for pretrial conference on Tuesday, November 28th, and a trial period starting Monday, December
I'm
11th. I think
sorry.
any earlier period of time would be unrealistic for Mr. Hobson to get on board, get up to speed with the discovery, and determine how he wants to proceed in
Some days
regards
it's hard to
to
be
any
positive.
experts. But I will set a status hearing on the case prior to that.
And let me get my pen so I can figure out the status hearing time. And actually, no, I have my handy dandy planner because I'm a neo-Luddite. I need to have my planner in front of me. Yikes. Some people don't get how hard work is. Well, Jonathan, if it makes you feel any better, Fry is in full lazy mode. I got him in his harness today, tried to walk him, and he went full political prisoner, like laying on his back and crying. As other people are walking by too. So
I'll set a status hearing on the case Monday, October 30th, 2023 at 10 a.m. That'll be for the purpose of making sure that Mr. Hobson's on board, some sense of where he thinks things are, how realistic he thinks the November pretrial is, any other matters I need to address with
Okay,
him at
that
that
might-
time. Now,
I'll put
Ms.
that on-
Boone, in just a minute, they're going to take you back to the Orange County Jail. I'm going to suggest that you talk to Mr. Hobson about the various other issues you raised in your letter dated August 30th, 2023. One other thing I want to talk to you about, we had this conversation once in the past. Clearly, your working relationship with Mr. Banquets was such that it deteriorated to the point where the two of y'all just couldn't work together to defend your case. So I'm not going to try to referee how that played out, why that unfolded the way it did. But
And
one thing I want to caution you about, if this becomes a problem on another court-appointed attorney, I'm going to look more closely at what the alleged disputes are. You have a right to a court-appointed lawyer. There are certain decisions a defendant gets to make in the defense of their case that are absolutely theirs, such as whether they go to trial or not, such as whether they testify or not. But there are many decisions in a case that a lawyer gets to make. And while you certainly have a right to consult with your lawyer and discuss with your lawyer, they don't automatically just do whatever you say. They use their professional judgment and experience and look at the evidence, look at the law, and do the best they can. Also, you've got court-appointed counsels. I've explained to you before, court-appointed counsel rarely have the luxury of representing one person and only having one case to focus on. I have concerns that your expectations of what any court-appointed counsel might do as far as spending time with you and the depth and degree of communication may be unrealistic expectations. You always have the right to retain a lawyer to represent you, and then that's between you and that lawyer. You can demand whatever expectations
Oh
that
my
you
God. The
have.
train wreck, that would be I really do. I really do want her to do her own attorneying. But then I feel bad because I want justice for Jorge or George or however it's supposed to be said because it's spelled Jorge, but they say George. So, but I feel bad wanting it, knowing that I should really just thirst for justice, but I also thirst for a dumpster fire. So then I feel like a very immoral person.
Have as part of that agreement. But when it's a court-appointed lawyer, you have to accept and understand that they have other cases, other courtrooms, other responsibilities. And I'm cognizant of that when I'm
Okay, chat. Do you think she's hearing the judge or do you think she's hearing circus music in her head? Because I have a feeling that the judge has done told her these things and as nicely as he can about a bajillion times. Every time he, has to request a new lawyer for her. And what I think she's hearing in her head is do 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 just the honker song from the honkening. She's like, "I am Sarah, hear me roar. I am not guilty no more. Do 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 do, and not intentional. Do do do." Like, just
when
she's
I'm
not
addressing these
hearing
types
any
of
of these
issues about
things.
communication. So that's just food for thought, nothing to do today. I don't need a response from you. I just wanted to make sure you were aware of that and were thinking about that as we
She has
proceeded
done
forward.
already started her new
So
letter.
again, the court minutes reflect that court continuing pretrial. I have granted a motion withdrawal. I have appointed Mr. Hobson to represent the defendant.
Mr. Hobson is like, "God, you can" if you hear a primal scream all the way from the freedom dong of America, that is Mr. Hobson finding out that he is now representing Sarah Boone. If you hear a soul-shattering scream, that is, uh, when they finally informed whoever this poor schmuck Mr. Hobson is, that he is the one that got tapped to represent Sarah Boone. But since we now know that we must find out who Mr. Hobson is, and we must now start burning sage just for him. If you're, practicing religious, go light a candle for this man. If you're, a sage or a Wiccan, go light some sage for this man. If you're a drinker, we will drink a toast to this man because God bless him, you're gonna need it. Yeah, basically, this is judge speak for you are testing my patience, and if you make me get in between you and your lawyer, it's gonna be ugly. He's trying to tell her nicely, but what she is hearing is circus music. It's not gonna end well. But let's go with let's see, Sarah Boone won because I'm sure this is gonna be just beautiful. Oh Lord. She's done already started. August 26, 2023, 100 more days of no communication. Oh, dear God. Sarah Boone. Judge Wooten, quote, "How do you feel about your attorney withdrawing?" End quote. During an attempted video visit by misrepresented shifty quote reporter, this is how I was made aware of my quote unquote attorney, Frank J. Bankowitz. Well, wait, how do we know that's mean, that's defamation. How do we know that the lawyer or that the reporter was shifty? I mean, look, I am inclined to believe that everyone is shifty, but ma'am, you are sitting in jail. I don't think we can throw stones. I'm just throwing it out there that I love how they've now copied the front and back since she bitched so much that they didn't get front and back anymore. Oh my god. The level of petty here is amazing. They've now had to go from copying front and back just so she doesn't bitch. Oh, this woman is such a Pima pain in the ass. Yeah, it's like she's in there for jaywalking. Again, ma'am, you is in jail for stuffing your fun-sized boyfriend into a suitcase, filming as you basically tortured this man, allegedly done dumped him down the stairs, and then didn't help him, floated up the stairs in your recollection, either didn't drink, can't drink, won't drink ever again, fell asleep, and then when you woke up and didn't hear him do anything, you just played on your phone for a couple hours before you realized that, "Oh, well, you know, probably should go check and see if." Yeah, no, it's definitely everyone else. Okay, Ruby Frankie, we truly, truly are, just moral peons in the world, compared to your great moralness. How do we ever survive? Frank J. Bankowitz cowardly and for the second time trying to ungracefully bow out of my care. Mr. Matt Johnson, please honor the integrity and ethics of a real reporter and not camouflage yourself as my friend in order to push your way through the rules and regulation of the correctional facility. Professional is also an opinion. Yikes. Well, as a semi-professional lay tuber, I don't really care about labels unless I make them up myself, so you're welcome. And I've tried to call you, Sarah, but you don't return my calls. Should I start writing you letters? Oh my gosh, what a pill. Professional is also an opinion when scheduling, but clearly doesn't pertain to you. Just don't schedule at all, as I have nothing to report to you or Court TV altogether. Well, I mean, look, they have. Ooh, I want a label maker. Actually, I think I have one. In fact, I might have told Mr. Moe I needed one to become more organized, and, flash forward, I'm no more organized, and I do have a label maker. So, sorry, Mr. Moe. Future me is no more organized, and, no, when she realizes I'm part of the, YouTube cabal that's making all of the, millions and billions of internet dollars. Sorry, Mr. Mo. Past me that promised I would become more organized with labels. Uh, I am future me is telling you I am still a hot mess, but I will go find the label maker somewhere. You're not even a real news channel. Only an ad t and only add to the confusion and hysterics wrongfully, illegally, and inappropriately concocted in my case. Do not contact. Wait a minute. Who the hell does she think she is? Oh, okay, thank you. Yes, I did a little bit of background. I will look at that case. I still am going to cover the Gareth Purse house, so I will try to squeeze everything in. Uh, like as I said though, still going to be a mom of 6, so I will try to squeeze things in, but we might have to do a retro react or follow it at catch can as just as it can, swing and roundabouts as it will. Yeah, Court TV is real. I mean, they talk a lot, but I would gladly take a job from them. Don't besmirch my future workplace once they realize they desperately need me. Court TV, I'm waiting for your call. Don't tell me you never have thought about a mouthy redhead being with no legal experience to be on your team. Come on now. From my perspective, oh dear God, because all we need is your perspective. Am I surprised my attorney is trying yet again to give up completely? No. Is it a blessing? Yes. Let's be honest. Frank J. Bankowitz is a dud of an attorney. He is unprofessional, hides, lies, and is disrespectful. I had a feeling when other attorneys spoke about him, winced, sighed, or rolled eyes, saying they have some of his clients after finding his 3 public reprimands I announced to the court and which he said pissed him off. being the reason for his first attempted withdrawal. This was going to be an adventure, but nonetheless, I hoped for the best. Unfortunately, I seem to have gotten the worst. Thankfully, there are many other professional, scrupulous, valiant attorneys still available. Ma'am, you have done just about. Now, turn the circus music down just like a scotch in your brain, okay? Just scotch of your brain. Choop. Okay, now I want you to listen very closely. Lawyers talk to each other. They done all know you. You is not quiet in your pillitude, okay? Don't nobody want to be your attorney or at all. You are going to get to the point where you are gonna get some intern and or me. Hi, Kaiser. Hi, Greedy Bloke. Thanks for popping in, Greedy. That's great. And Eris and Kim. And if I haven't said hi to you, I'm sorry. I'm trying to read, be Sarah, and try to deal with all of the ridiculousness of her. Ma'am, no one wants to be your attorney. You are again going to end up with me representing you. And even I will do it begrudgingly. Now, I'll do it because a paycheck's a paycheck, and it would be hilarious to me because, you know. But I can tell you that you going out and trying to scold this man for public reprimands when you were out balls drunk naked most of the time with your, like, boobs just hanging out and being, totally so drunk that not one of your neighbors would let you into their houses, and you were such a terrible person that most of your relatives didn't want anything to do with you. Look, I'm just saying, don't throw stones, ma'am. When your greatest achievement was that you were an honor roll in high school and you're 40, what, 50 almost? Maybe you should not throw your achievements out there and okay. The man is dealing with an actual murder, well, an actual death row case. That's why the judge is trying to tell you that your court-appointed attorney is not gonna have time to deal with you and hold your hand and protect your precious, precious feelings and your narcissistic ego. But okay. And hopefully, after all, underline my previous letters and 6 underline withdrawals to date, not by my choice, underline Judge Woon, you will remove the blindfold this time when throwing your darts of justice at the remember everyone has what in the this woman is nuts. At quote, "Remember everyone has constitutional rights and should be treated fairly, dartboard, and wear your glasses, so let's go for the bullseye, please." Oh, please, let's talk down to the judge. This should go well. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it plays out for her. Let's piss off the judge. This should did she read some kinda was she trying to read some kind of book? Good lord. Please and thank you in advance, hopefully caring this time. All the snark and petty. Also, if you're insistent on continuing to be my judge as revolution is supposed to be every 2 years. Okay. I'm going on 4 now, as you stated to me in your courtroom previously. I have not because I ask not. May you please observe and act independently as a judge and utilize your judicial authority to judicially maintain for direction of proper, lawful, ethical treatment and respect of client in any case, effective communication between all parties. Dear Lord. Yeah. Again, I'm just waiting for this poor bastard. You know what? I wish they had a body cam footage of when they tell this poor bastard he's the new Sarah Boone attorney. All I can see is Michael from The Office when, oh gosh, what's his face comes back and he's like, "No, no, no." Especially between the client and attorney is being made, a productive, regular progress is achieved around an all-around fairness of and in every aspect is constant. Aren't you tired of getting my letters? Ma'am, actually, I am not tired, but I'm sure people that actually have to do law and legally things are super tired. Uh Y please and thank you. Well, it's just like, please and thank you, and then for hopefully caring this time. Yeah, yeah. Uh, you know, I feel bad. I do. I feel like, "Oh my gosh, it's gonna this guy needs quick, someone find this guy and send him the biggest bottle of bourbon you have." He's probably a recovering alcoholic. This is gonna be bad. It's gonna send him right back into addiction. That's it, send him a big cheesecake. Well, not a cheesecake 'cause baker. We'll find him some chocolate. Yeah, she is about as passive aggressive as you know what? We need a woman. We need Judge oh gosh, what's her name? Judge Manning. We need Judge Manning. Judge Manning would not put up with this bullshit. She'd be like, "Sit the hell down, and you will work with your attorney, and that is done. Question me again. Get down and give me 20 push-ups, that is, ma'am. Not girl push-ups, let's go." It's about all you need. Uh, Please do not ignore and avoid what I have to say any longer, as I'm sure the taxpayers are unapproving of their tax dollars, mine too. Ma'am, you did not work even before you were in jail. You are sponging off of your ex-husband, asking him for money for you and your boyfriend who you were dating while you were married. Don't think I didn't notice that little thing that you were divorced for a year and a half and dating George for 3 years. Now, I may do just, like, lawyer math and lady math, but some things don't add up, okay? But, you and him were out of work, but somehow your ex-husband is paying your bills, so don't you dare talk to me about some tax money, ma'am. Ma'am. Being wasted for all my attorneys, you keep blundering. The hell, ma'am? I know the hell you are not talking about Judge Wooten like this. Oh, and he was so nice to her. I'd have been such a oh, this man is so much nicer than me. It took almost 14 months before my, quote, "I told you so" moment with Bankowitz. Oh, hell no. Oh, dear, no. No, no, no. Oh, no. I'd have looked at her and I'd have said, "Sweetheart, sweetheart, come in close here. Do you know where you are right now? Are you in the prison? Are you in the jail? Okay. You are being charged with murder. I am going to appoint you a lawyer. The lawyer will make choices based on the law. You can give him some input. But here's how this is going to go in my courtroom. I will get reports of your behavior towards your attorney. And if you are acting like a mega C word, I will have words with your attorney and we will figure this out. But oh heck no. No, 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 no. You don't if I'm a judge and henceforth the god of my courtroom, you don't talk to me like this. Oh no. This is not what but this is why God did not give me much power because I would have been I told you so moment. Oh, Please also see finally the absolute unfairness, fabrication, impediments, illegalities, dysfunctions ongoing in my case, and how truly, unmistakably ransacked by the justice system and perverted by the whole world my entire case has become. Add yourself also to the mayhem, hype, and added difficulties. I again am still waiting for my monies. Look, I am just saying, I was promised by Sarah, uh, like all of the internet monies. I'm waiting for my internet bucks. I was told I was going to become the next multi-billionaire by following her. I really should write her a letter. Dear Sarah, was promised mega multi-millionaire bucks. Please watch my website. Think what you think. See what you think. Mega burns. Did you call me a C word? Yes, yes, I did, sweetheart. Quote, justice system has been perverted by the whole world. I have an unfair opportunity in everything with all the predisposed, non-permissive, illegally distributive, case-altering, sensitive information and details spread globally for everyone viewing except me. My hand is known before the cards are even out of the box. Ma'am, your mixed metaphor is grotesque. I look, you're it's overwrought, it's overly emotional, you're ridiculous. That look, you done filmed yourself torturing a man. Again, all you had to do was say it was weird smexy stuff, and most people would be too uncomfortable to ask many questions. You said hide and seek, in which you already, as the seeker, know where you done hid him. It is the dumbest alibi ever. Ever, ever. There is not a bell anywhere that hasn't been rung for all to for ask not for whom the bell tolls. The bell tolls for Sarah. Oh my gosh, start singing Danny Boy somewhere. All illegally and unfairly. For the monumental amount of time allowing the world to abuse and devastate my private case information, lack of proper orders, and not having appropriate attorney and non-existent security and protection. What does she want security and protection from? I mean, honestly, again, are George's family going to come after you? I've seen no evidence, and it's also really cringe for you to try to be the victim when you stole him from his family, from his children, and you asked for his wedding ring or his engagement ring, which you bought him, which is also super cringe because you probably bought it with the money that your ex-husband was giving you for child support, which is a whole nother case of worms. That heavily prejudiced ignorant, incorrect prejudgment has been made as a result. This could have been stopped, lessened, or averted if someone was doing their job correctly. I'm still doing mine by telling you so. I am not wrong. Ma'am, you have not been right this entire time. In fact, the only factual statement you probably made was that possibly, and I haven't delved deeply into it because I don't really care, you might have been on the honor roll in high school. That might have been the last time you were also sober, but I don't care enough to go and find out. Look, the reason your husband done threw you out is because you were out boozing it up and bringing strange people home to the house, and your husband was still willing to forgive you, but you kept carrying on with George, so he finally said, "Get the F out," and he was still taking care of you. You had the best of both worlds, and then you still were an awful human being, and took a man out of this world. I don't understand where you're like, if I had half the self-confidence you do, I could be a superstar. But I also don't treat people like BS. So, the sad thing is that you're going to be all alone for the rest of your life, and you are going to sit in a cell, and you are going to be confused. And you are seriously going to be very confused about how your life ended up like this because introspection is painful to you. So you are gonna live in this fog of victimhood and narcissism for the rest of your life because to turn that mirror inside into yourself and actually see your flaws would probably kill you at this point, really. It really would. But that's as deep as Miss Mo goes. Oh, I went into the deep dive on some of this. So some of this is from I believe the channel's name is Dreadful. He does a really good deep dive. Uh, so he had a lot of the details and information about the breakup of the marriage and kind of her spiral into alcoholism or more alcoholism. And he actually does a really good deep dive in sort of different things. So he's a really good channel. I know it all I still believe it all depends on how much money, notoriety, and benefits anyone and everyone can get for themselves, and however, no matter the destruction caused or the ominous, irreparable shadow made among the very lucrative way. What in the run-on sentence? Make your sentences make sense. What are you trying to say? Brevity is the soul of wit. Make your sentence short, make it I understand you want to use all of the wordy words Bradley yawn. What is it you are trying to say? A system for all the wrong reasons. As for Bankowitz, it's Mr. Bankowitz. He actually went, instead of being a booze hound and possibly a skank, he actually went to law school. He went to law school and, he's actually representing people, for not super amount of pay and at the worst times of his life, but sure, go ahead. Take away Mr. from his name and his irreconcilable differences. This means because I asked again about his phantom phone numbers and any progress occurring since not speaking to him in months and after. I do love that they're not doing front and back because she oh my god, the 15 letter or the 15-page letters would be amazing and painful to read, but amazing, and I'm here for it, and I'm willing to collect my big internet money bucks. 408 days, 58 weeks, 9,792 hours of his representation from the date of appointment 7/11/22 to withdrawal attempt 8/22/23, with only 6 in-person meetings totaling of 7 hours out of 9,792 hours, 4 15-minute video visits, and 2 phone numbers given, 0 working, 0 calls answered, 10 letters from me, client, trying to communicate, no response, 8 letters from me, client, to judge, no response, productively, 4 letters from me, client, to my investigator. How the hell much? Oh, that would be awesome. Just make sure that would be great. The judge does not have time. Sarah, the world doesn't revolve around you. Your case is one of many he sees. Human suffering does not start and end with you. Human suffering is, in fact, the human condition, which means that every human on this planet has some sort of suffering. The end, Sarah Boone. For the love of God, let me be her 5th grade peer mediator. Can I talk to her? can I be her therapist? Can I be her motivational speaker, if you will? Only I'm her demotivational speaker. Dear Lord. And also, this private investigator, how much did you charge her? Because good yeah, her lawyer is actually dealing with death penalty cases right now. Not, stupid woman gets drunk and, tortures boyfriend while filming it. For all the I know. No response. 9 attempts made by outside sources on my behalf, including phone calls, voicemails, and emails. No response. Also, trying to use recycled components in my case. No discovery. Witness list, research, orders, instructions, records, depositions, downloads, etc. After 13 months, nothing but confirmation of his lack of professionalism, principles, disrespect, lies, and not caring. And please note, 11 of the 13 months are with no communication, none in any forms. The only difference is I want progress, productivity, honesty, respect, and results. If he were such a professional attorney from the beginning and not selling me on his stable of witnesses, historical background, and all his abundant resources, he wouldn't still be avoiding and cowering behind his now second attempt to withdraw, number 2 per motion to withdraw. Clearly, everyone can see, everyone not lobotomized. Jiminy. This woman is a piece of work. She is a bronzed piece of scat. What in the actual ma'am, you sit in prison blues, throwing stones, looking down your nose at a man with a higher education, which again, being book smart doesn't mean you're intelligent, but oh my God, what is wrong with you? This judge should have held her well, I mean, what are you gonna do with you hold her in contempt? Maybe George went into the suitcase to hide. I'm beginning to think he was in self-defense. Maybe they should hire, an expert to say, "Look, sometimes when you're being abused, you go into small places to hide." I would. I mean, maybe they're just gonna hold her pre-trial because she's gonna be here for the next 10 years. Because she's just gonna go through the entire stable of Florida attorneys who cannot deal with her, and she's going to be in there with time she's by the time she finally gets to trial in 15 years, she's going to get out with time served because no one is going to be able to deal with her. She should just start working on her legal degree now. I give up. That's what should tell her I would tell her as a judge, like, "Look, I'm giving you 2 more chances, and then I'm gonna kindly tell you to start working on your legal degree if you feel like none of the lawyers that I pick for you are good enough," or, "Oh, Steve Gosney's too sweet. He's too sweet. He's such a beautiful soul. I don't want him to get corrupted by her." And I think she'd still bitch about him. He could be he's the closest to, like, a kind, loving, like, saint that I could think I would ever find, and I think she'd still bitch about him. I think he'd start drinking straight bourbon, like, no sidecars for him. I think he'd start drinking straight bourbon out of, like, a silly straw. Clearly, everyone can see. Oh, lobotomized. In my slides oh, Lord. Would be highly unsatisfied with Bankowitz's overall performance as an attorney. See prior data. And no dedication has been made on his part in my case or any productive progress or effort. What time has been put forth solely in the 7 out of all the numbers uh, in 13 months. Number 3 per motion to withdraw. And as I reminded Bankowitz during one of my 4 video visits and him repeatedly telling me how busy he was with all his other murder cases after, again, no communication for months, I politely raised my hand to the camera where he could see and said, "Murder case? I'm your client also and have been. When do I get to go to trial like your other clients?" He said he had to think about everything and disconnected. No word since 100 days later, except for the withdrawal I learned about from court TV. Not him. Yeah, I think Steve would possibly I think Steve would have a Bronca moment. I really do. I think if we ever wanted to see Steve go full no tie Bronca, this would be the woman to do it. It would be cute, but all she would hear is circus music. I honestly think that if anything comes into her, field of vision that, or anything comes around her that diametrically opposes what her self sort of fashioned worldview is, that all she hears is circus music. It's like dun 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 dun, and because Judge Wooten kinda told her, like, "This is your very last chance, like, I'm gonna start getting involved when I've had enough of your effing letters. I'm gonna start getting involved. This is your last lawyer, like, we're done pussyfooting around. I You called one of your lawyers a buffoon, like, have a great rest of your Friday, Greedy Blukes." Ye I do hope so, but then I also feel bad for George because really he should be getting justice, but I do wanna see a dumpster fire, so then I'm like, "Am I really a moral person?" Then I'm like, "Why am I even injecting myself into this case? It's not about you." It's all the questions. Oh, Lord. Judge Wooten, with everything I have stated and all my information produced to you in all of my previous letters, so you are aware clearly Bankowitz should not continue being my attorney. Wouldn't you agree? Clearly, you should have listened and reviewed much earlier when I was trying to communicate to you 10 letters ago just about him. Please listen and include me going forward. It is my right. Oh, yes, please tell the oh, well. Let's see if I can get this. Okay. With that being said, in the past, you have stated to me that you have other priorities, not allowing me rightful, appropriate time to speak in your courtroom when I am allowed permittance to my meetings and I am on your schedule for that day. 4 times going to court with Bankowitz, total times with all other attorneys, 3, 7 times ongoing 4 years. Underlined all caps. Oh, Lord. April 29th, 2022, first attorney withdrawal attempt. Judge made revised twice. May 10th, 2022, first attorney withdrawal attempt agreed and granted. December 27th, 2022, sixth attorney withdrawal attempt denied. I never even knew about until stated in court during status hearing. No copies received yet. February 10th, 2023, status hearing carryover. March 31st, 2023, status hearing carryover. May 25th, 2023, status hearing carryover. Judge stated I was delaying trial me, hence my letter dated 6/29/2023, hand delivered, second copy 7/21/2023. Oh my gosh. Yes, we definitely need a Lifetime movie. Amber Heard for the win. I believe that Amber has found the role that she was born to play. July 21, 2023, status hearing carryover. Judge stated he has other priorities for the day when I was trying to address the court. Please grant Frank J. Bankowitz's motion to withdraw dated 8/22/23 as my attorney. I, Sarah Boone, permit Judge Wayne C. Wooten to release Frank J. Bakewitz entirely from my case for obvious aforementioned reasons stated. I will allow withdrawal when it should be terminated. We all know it. Me and my hope next. Oh, Lord, good Lord. Why did they scan these upside down? In the meantime, of selection of my new attorney, aim, please. And also going forward, please enable and support me in still trying to utilize my constitutional rights. And as a still proud citizen, oh, for fuck's sake, of the United States, and stop willingly actively allowing the violations of said rights. Ma'am, what rights? What rights have you been unallowed? Have they forcibly, you know, been making freaking British soldiers camp in your house? Have they, I don't know, tossed your cell without them, noticing you? I've said right. See previous letter dated 5/15/23. Is that where you just listed the constitutional rights, but in no way stated how yours were being violated therein? Because in that case, you just made a list of constitutional rights and then didn't say how you were being violated. Please include me. Please listen to what I have to say. No, you are the defendant. You are the defendant, and then you have this person next to you, and in the courtroom, you don't really talk, but you have this person who does the talky things because, he's the here, we have a source, and we can go to it now because we have a mobile whiteboard, and we can explain things now, mobily, because we have a mobile splaining whiteboard. So, let's inbigonate so that we may present to the class because we can do this now. All right, so Sarah, in the courtroom, so we've got a courtroom. Here's the judge. All right, right now we're just doing abstract. Okay, see, you are the little defendant right here, and you don't really get to talk, okay? Because you're not supposed to talk. But you have this person here, and he has gone to all the schooling. And this little person right here, he can do all the talking because he's been to school and he knows how to say things. So, this lawyer, they both went to lawyer school and they can talk in a way that they understand. And they know all the rules and they know these things called laws. And see, there's these little people over here that are the jury, but they get told all these law things by this guy. So you need this guy that talks over here to explain this to you. No one really needs to hear your ass at all. We have heard your bullshit all forevers. There. No one really needs to hear from you. We done heard from you on the phone call. We don't need to hear from you again. You're welcome, America. Hopefully, futuristically, oh my god, will be better, more appropriate, professional attorney of your choosing. Less letters, if any, will be generated. Oh, please don't threaten me with a good time. More time you will have to dedicate to your priorities. Oh, if that isn't passive aggressive, like like a woman you made known to me in the past. Oh, well, isn't that special? Please, no, also, Your Honor, I know I'm not a priority, as you condescendingly and incorrectly stated, nor am I making myself out to be or have ever been in anything my entire life. Oh, for near, 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 near. I don't feel sorry for you, Sarah. No one does. You stuffed a man in a suitcase until he died of positional asphyxia. Yes, we don't feel sorry for you. I I feel like no, we don't feel sorry for you. Let me let me dig a little deeper. No, that was just gas. Okay. Well, that was just gastrointestinal disturbance. I am a client to my attorney, now 7th, all prior, an inmate in the county jail, and a criminal case for your righteous judgment. Still, clearly, after yet another letter from me and another withdrawal, not by my choice. Ma'am, you done just not by your choice? Are you No, hell no. No, no, no. Not by your choice. Not by your choice. Oh no, we're pulling a Sarah. Make me bigoted again. Not by your choice. Class, not by your choice. How many times have we had a letter? What, like, so we had 7 letters calling this man everything but a child of God. Let's see. Uh, 1 private investigator done hound this man. She got what, 8 of her family members to call his phone people, done like sent people to his house, not by her just what in the what can the blood pressure are you what for fuck's sake. You didn't hear me say that. And YouTube, I I dare you to hear Sarah Boone and not say that. Not by your choice. You done just told them to, like, launch this man out of a cannon to Snake Island, take his license away and make him work as a barista or, you know, freaking out Waffle Hut. The hell is wrong with you? Just all the hell is wrong with you? Just about to lose my cool. And 42 uneventful months later, still looking for the starting line 7 times more, nothing has been made priority. Please help Bankowitz wipe the sweat from his brow and inform him he can stop self-sabotage. He is no longer my attorney. Amen. Jesus would like to be left out of this conversation. Yes, but Satan is definitely part of this conversation. My perseverance is real and so is my truth. Ma'am, I what I will ma'am. Are your eyes brown, Miss Sarah Boone? I can't wait to meet the bullseye. Ma'am, you're gonna meet the bullshit. Court appointed audacious gratitude, Sarah Boone. Well, I mean, would it help with global warming? Because I think she has a lot of hot air. I don't know. An audacious what the hell is audacious gratitude? Ma'am, put the thesaurus down and start talking. Look, Jesus might be the only person on your side because you done pissed me off. And well, I mean, you might even lose Steve Gosney if ever you were to meet. I'm just saying, good Lord, woman. And there's another one. And I'm scared. I'm a scared. Let's see what this other one is. Oh God. It's probably gonna be, let's see. Now this is August 30th, 2023. Clerk of Courts, Judge Wooten or anyone. So confused! Exclamation point. So tired of the perpetual question marks over my head. As usual, thanks to the ongoing convolution of everything, with no communication, no system, not including me, no care. I can't ask my attorney because he's trying to withdraw again. Oh, Fry is Fry is whining in his sleep. And this must have been pre this must have been before the other letter. So this must have been prior to it. So this must have been before she gave her blessing to release Mr. Bankowitz and then said it wasn't her choice. You know, cry bully. I couldn't get any response. It's funny how the only piece of correspondence via mail I have actually received from Bankowitz is his motion to withdraw as counsel number 2. Judge Wooten, please clarify my requested information as follows so I, the defendant in my case, ma'am, like we're gonna forget you're the one in shackles. Like, in case we were kind of confused about who you were playing in this particular play, no, you're the one in the shackles. You're going to be playing the defendant. But sure, okay. And welcome, Lefty. It's oh, Judge Wooten, please clarify my requested information as oh, okay. Uh, can prepare and plan accordingly. See letter dated 6/29/23, hand delivered, second copy 7/21/23. What is going on? This information is questioning is all I have from the outside source looking on the clerk's website to keep me updated since no one else will. I've tried to dilute some of the question marks, but I need you, Judge Wooten, to help me get correct and begin my preparation. Please clarify and send copies for filed June 21, 23, notice of hearing pretrial conference, September 8th, 2023, 9 a.m. Defendant's copy. Defendant attending. Why didn't I receive a copy from the attorney? Good Lord. Fry's like, have you ever wondered why? So she's not received a bunch of paperwork. Again, I don't think they gave you a whole lot of paperwork, but doesn't that generally go in your box? And I don't remember them giving them a bunch of paperwork unless you're representing yourself. But we shall continue. Filed July or filed July 26, 2023, notice of ex parte. For notice of ex parte, September 8th, 2023, 9 a.m. Defendant's copy? No. Need copy. Defendant attending unknown. I thought the PTC was on this date. See previous filing. Is this meeting for the recycled psychologist? Why didn't I receive a copy from the court? Why didn't I receive a copy from the attorney? Well, that's because, again, I don't believe they give copies to defendants. I believe they give a copy to your attorney and your attorney keeps it for you. I don't believe they give you copies of anything, but I could be wrong. I only watched court TV. I only watched Law and Order, and they got that stuff done in a week. Sarah, you'd have your own season, and people would get bored except for like the scenes where they had to toss your cell because you kept writing letters to crazy people. Filed August 22nd, 2023, notice of hearing for status hearing when September 15th, 2023, 9 a.m. Defendant received copy, yes, from the court. Defending attending unknown. Is this for the motion to withdraw? It was filed the same day. If not, what for specifically? Why didn't I receive a copy from my attorney? Filed August 22nd, 2023. Title motion to withdraw as counsel. Defendant didn't receive or defendant receive a copy? Yes, from attorney. Why didn't I receive a copy from the court? Filed August 2022. Okay, sir, if you're going to bite, you're going down. You've got all of your toys over there. Oh, August 22, 2023. Notice of hearing for motion to withdraw Bankowitz signed document, September 8th, 2023, 9 a.m. Defendant receive a copy. No from either. Need copy. Yeah, well, the world revolves around her, which, we might need to dig up Galileo because apparently we're not heliocentric anymore. We're Sarah-centric universe. And maybe she is the black hole at the center of our universe. She is the nexus of. Sh That's what it is. She is, in fact, a black hole. No light can escape her. It's an interesting quantum mechanics idea. She's an emotional black hole. Hmm. I will think on it and come up with an idea on how to mathematically represent it, but I'm not good with math. Yeah, no, Sal. Sal, stay away. Stay away. No one can fix this person. No. The Marines couldn't fix this woman. She is all stunning and brave on her own. She is the true main character of all main characters. Her and Jesus right there, like, and, if you put her in her mind, I swear to God, I believe that she would think that she was better than Jesus. Because she's suffering more for 4 years. He only had to suffer for a day or so. I swear to God, I think she would think that. Like, I have no doubt at this point that this woman would put her suffering above everyone. Sal, if she comes at you with a Samsonite, run. You're worth Louis Vuitton or better. 2 meetings are already scheduled on this day. See previous filings. What is correctly happening? This was filed the same day as the attorney's motion to withdraw. Why didn't I receive a copy of this from him also? Why didn't the court send a copy with the status hearing notice filed the same day as the motion to withdraw? Which date is correct for the actual motion to withdraw? Again, underline what is going on and when. Rarely am I included in the certificate of service for any document filed or anything else. It should be an automatic inclusion. You is not a lawyer, madam. Please send revised and or all corrected copies of aforementioned documents. Ma'am, are you going to speak to his manager? Swear to God, DeSantis does. Actually, I would like you to directly contact Ron DeSantis. Please, I w I welcome those letters to read. I need those letters, and failing that, I want you to write Jor Joe Biden. I go all the way to the top. I think in your quest for justice, you must go all the way to the top. I need you, and then if that fails, write the Supreme Court. I fully endorse you writing a letter campaign to everyone. If not, I know Amnesty International would love to hear your story, I'm sure. Please annoy everyone. I'm sure the ADL has, nothing but time on their hands. Please annoy them too. You have apparently all the time on your hands and tons of pens, apparently, and all caps to write. The only way I know, unless able to find out from an outside source. Again, receiving copies of notification, updates, schedules, everything to all my meetings, conferences should be automatic. So I know it is my right. Please include finally. And or am I really the only one who's trying to figure anything out for and about my case to finally conclude? Shouldn't I, the defendant of all parties in my case, be included overall and receive necessary and needed copies? Please clarify everything. Oh, ma'am, I think you are confused. Well, there you have it, guys. Sarah Boone's case has been now set to, let me check it again. We have another status hearing on October the 30th. So that should be fun. We are going to get to hear about how her new lawyer is faring. So I expect a letter in about a week and a half, when her lawyer hasn't given her at least 8 visits and 4 phone calls in the next 2 days. So we will be on the lookout for that. Well, that's the thing. I mean, again, I think her lawyers have tried to sit down and tell her that the fact patterns in her case are not great. And I think she doesn't wanna hear that. She doesn't wanna hear anything other than, "You're gonna be free. You're gonna be free, and, this is all a big mistake, and this is awesome." So when they sit down and they say, "Look, you are looking at this, we can try to, minimize with possible domestic violence things," and say, "Hey, you are maybe afraid," or, "You were very addicted to alcohol. We can try to mitigate certain factors, but the truth is you're negligent homicide." It is what it is. I don't think she's willing to hear that. She is unwilling to hear as a client anything other than, "I am going to be able to get you completely exonerated." So I think that's what her lawyers are running into. So when they try to tell her, "Look, these are the fact patterns, this is what I can argue, but, we kind of have you on camera taunting him, it looks bad. And you've also kind of accused the judge of, I mean, you basically pulled a Borowski and a B. Ivory Lamar. You are now going to get sentenced by the same judge that, you have called everything from a immoral, unethical person who is, you know, purposely giving you terrible lawyers and is persuaded by money to make this last longer and or, I don't know, in cahoots with Court TV to make a bunch of money. So that'll work well for you, ma'am. Uh, I don't know. It should work well. Yeah, if you look at the facts of the case, it seems like they were both belligerent drunks. It seems like when she was with her ex-husband, she would go after him, and he was the type of man that would never raise his hands to a woman. She got with George, and George wasn't that type of man, so they would just, they would get in knockdown dragouts. I mean, that's just what it is, and the justice system being what it was, I mean, George got taken away, and she really didn't for the most part. So, she'll be able to play that angle, and I don't think it's very fair, but it's definitely not going to work out the way she thinks it's going to work out, and unfortunately, what she wants is a dedicated single lawyer, and she doesn't have the money to pay for that. Yeah, that's the thing. I think she wants a dedicated, like, lawyer, and I think that's what she's doing. But I am going to get off of here now. I think I figured out why or the mistake I made with a cat tree. I don't know. I have instructions are not easy, and then they don't ever tell you if you're doing something upside down, and I tend to make all the mistakes. So I am redoing all of the things again, but I will get this cat tree done before Mr. Mo gets home. So I can and without him giving me that look that, like, "Well, you tried." I get that look a lot when I try to do, nice things for Mr. Mo, uh, putting things together and not asking him for help, and generally, it doesn't work out, but I am going to beat this cat tree, and I will show you guys. It'll work out, I swear, or not. It'll yes, have a great day, and I think that, I will probably have a short video because I got some more of my Kersey cups. I did not do a DIY one. I was able to find a fairly cheap, taller one that's made of sort of wood, and then I went with the one that was kind of an indoor-outdoor, really sturdy one because we've got a lot of fat cats. So that one will probably stay in my room, and then the kind of cheaper one will go in the front room because it looks a little cleaner. So and then I'll probably look at making a DIY one because we've got a lot of fallen branches out, and the boys can work on, taking all the bark off, and that'll be fun for them because I've seen some, and then you can wrap, the rope around. So that'll be a project where as it gets wet around, we can have everyone debark stuff. Please like and subscribe and share with your friends. And we will be back on the purse house at least Tuesday. And we might do the opening for the Carla Rentala case on Monday. I'm not quite sure, but we will see. I really never have any idea what we're doing half the time. But we will do that. Have a great day, guys. I will see you later for Friday stuff. I might find some other videos and just do some other short videos during the evening. I'm trying to have little short videos all through the day too. See you guys later. Bye, guys.